Making Pizza Hut stuffed crust at home. But better. We warned you before, Joshua. Now you have left us no choice. Why are mere deers in Kentucky so hard to solve? Because there are no dental records and all the DNA matches. As a Kentuckian, I get so goddamn sick of people thinking I duck my sister. Do they have any clue how pissed off my cousin would be if she caught me fooling around with my ex again? And your dad will beat you to a pulp for messing with his girlfriend. Men of Reddit, what do you think is more painful than childbirth? Acute radiation poisoning. Fun fact. It's impossible to administer painkillers effectively. Once your body starts decomposing with you still alive inside of it, there's nothing but pain left. Man, that was so fun. What a fun fact to read. $10 million right now in your hand. But there's a catch. A snail is chasing you for the rest of your life, and if it touches you, you die a terrible death. The snail cannot be killed. It knows your location at all times. Its only purpose is to find you. You taking the dollar sign? Go to a super fancy restaurant. Order the escargots. Eat the snail that's after me. Die. Have my family sue the restaurant cause I died from their snail. Thefum gets the leftover money that I have, and from the restaurant. And to top it all off, I die. We don't have these women in my country. I'm going to come to Greece this summer and find a wife. What country/ethnic group are you from? I'm Kazakh. How do the girls in your place look? Like Minecraft villagers? Female news anchors. Male news anchors. Bruh, who the duck thought it was a good idea to draw Sandy like that? I don't know, man, kinda want some of that squirrelacy right now. Extra fun fact. The oldest woman to give birth was 74. If you were born in 2000, your grandma could have been born in 1852. It would only take 27 generations to get back to zero compared to the usual 66 to 100. Unfun fact. The youngest person to give birth was 5 years and 7 months. Where are his parents, for duck's sake? They are cooking as fast as they can to avoid becoming the next meal. How pets give your kids a brain boost. Spoiler. No recipe in article. Add the words "in my ace" at the end of your username. How do you feel? Ow ow ow, duck duck duck. My ace. It's pinching the inside of my ace. Ararararara. Fastest man alive. Which might explain why you can't get a date. I mean, Flash can give her some 300 org sums per second. So 1 minute would be hell itself. If you're confused on what 07 means, it's a salute. O being the head and 7 the arm. Oh my god, thank you 07. That makes a lot of sense now 07. What about, oh god? This is about to be the modern day Titanic. Inside giant flying luxury hotel that can stay in the air for years. I have some trouble with Windows. Can you switch to Linux? Switch to Linux. Switch to Linux. Linux users, when they are in my basements, suddenly they're begging for Windows. The catty is right there. Why are you going in the ace? Roe v. Wade. God truly made me invincible when he gave me the power to say both nig and f got. I'm artistic. I'll trade you an R pass for an N pass. Who the duck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. In Alabama we don't use Tinder, we use family photo albums. I don't know. Marrying cousins seems fine. I mean, my parents are cousins, and I got this sweet collapsed lung and jimpy leg out of it, so y'all should try it. Polish Soldiers Legion. In France on 1st January 1940. No wonder the knees lost. I just know her little muffler be gripping. And fuel injection. So you know she a skirter, dude. I can already sit anywhere. I'm in a wheelchair. You can also roleplay as a RCXD. Steve Irwin taught us to love animals. Fred Rogers taught us to love each other. Bob Ross taught us to love ourselves. Pornhub taught us to love our step-siblings. Stop. You violated the law. Carl Tanzler removed Elena Milagro's body from her tomb. Covered her rotting skin with silk and plaster. Held her bones together with wires and coat hangers. replaced her eyes with glass, and slept with her corpse for 7 years. Sometimes after a long day at work you just wanna go home and crack open a cold one. Me carrying homie home after he pretended to be gay and rode a 10-inch dodo at the girl's sleepover just to see some ace. You are the last one. Complete the mission. You could sell Diet Cocaine. I was gonna ask, isn't that just a Daryl? But then I remembered that a Daryl is actually Diet Myth. Bondle's Myth. Men will literally use your beauty products in the shower and not even know what it's for. Leave my dark spot exfoliating scrub alone. No, it's going on my balls. How do I stop my husband from going goblin mode during sex? My husband says, goblin mode activated when we start to have sex, growls, and acts like a caveman, and then says goblin mode off when we stop, and then pretends to not know what I'm talking about when I ask him about it, being a taser to slexy time, and tell him wizard mode activate. You get caught by your parents while having gay sex. What's the first thing you say? 5 more minutes mom. It's multiplayer. I can't pause. You have to eat your last emoji. How screwed are you? Oh shut him up become Ukraine. Not again. Replace a word from any Star Wars quote with balls. Truly wonderful the balls of a child is. He had sex. I'm 7 and I had sex. Your uncle doesn't count buddy. Humanity will reach Mars in your lifetime. I'm 85. And I'm Ukrainian. You need to hurry up. Almost every hand you've ever shook has been used to masturbate at some point. That's why instead of shaking hands I go straight for the crotch grab. Calgary Herald, did you fall and hit your head? Man in hospital after early morning Saturday shooting. According to the picture he's clearly not going to make it. Reasonableness. Marty ate 4/6 of his pizza and Lewis ate 5/6 of his pizza. Marty ate more pizza than Lewis. How is that possible? That is not possible, because 5/6 is greater than 4/6. So Lewis ate more. Marty ate Lewis. He looks fresh. Went from looking like the shooter to the one being shot. My wife was wondering what bukkake was, so I invited some friends over to explain it. She was really surprised when my friends came. You should have seen her face. You have to eat your last emoji. How screwed are you? Oh shut him up become Ukraine. Where do you like being touched the most? In my heart. Reaches between your ribs. I'm here to make your dreams come true now hands up. Me. Something is rising. And it ain't my hands. Cursed foot. Not gonna lie I find this very convenient. No longer will I have to decide which toe I want to snack on. What is the first thought that comes into mind after you finish masturbating? Why are all the other passengers staring at me? Buy a man eat fish day. Teach fish man to a lifetime. Joe Biden. Light a fire for a man. Keep him warm for a night. Light man on fire. Keep him warm his entire life. Sadly, we're on TikTok now. If you're like 12, follow us there. My 109-year-old grandpa is gonna follow you too if that's alright. He's worried about the wrong TikTok. Only tight for the first 2 inches and the ace really. Damn it's gonna be tight for me the whole time. I got 0 in maths once, which is basically like getting 100%, since the only way to get all of the answers wrong is knowing all the right answers. Bruh you got some relace opening perspective there. Love the optimistic vibes. Don't have an award, so take my precious Beijing City instead. That escalated quickly. A raspberry finish. Our findings from a tasting of this season's $1 vodka raspberry lemonade harvest. My mother was murdered in one of your restaurants and the killer was never found. Is this real? It's real. We are featuring the $1 vodka raspberry lemonade the entire month of June. Duck Putin. I'm good I have a girlfriend for that. You have girlfriend? Why are you on Reddit? To find potential buyers for her organs. If President Obama can say it, you can too. Removed. Thank God that's not a real sub. Of course it's not. Domestic violence is always to be expected. What is going on here? This is actually really sad to see. These gorillas are being taken to a factory to become gorilla glue. Or crushed to become gorilla glass. This zucchini we grew from our garden. I hate to ruin your fun, but I'm going to anyway. This is what happens when you don't pick your zucchini/courgettes when they are normal sized. They continue to grow and become tough and flavorless. There's even a name for overgrown zucchini. They are called marrows. You can still eat them. I think some people stuff them, but they aren't as good. Oh, these were never for eating. Lost a patient today. Glad she chose nursing as a profession. Doesn't look like acting is her forte. Not nursing either. She lost him. Would you rather have a gay son or thug son? Gay son. I rather have him take cram shots than gunshots. What is thy quest, brave warrior? Who are you, warrior? The delver of the dark chasm. Piercer of the forbidden brown eye. Preparer of unholy unions. Disney had no right making none of this bad. Hear me out. A poor job with that look. My grandpa gives me a massive wet kiss on the lips anytime I see him. I can't explain how deeply uncomfortable it makes me. I'm an adult man. If that makes any difference. Does he use tongue? You're a bad person for even saying that. If Reddit existed in 1922, what sort of questions would be asked on here? Married couples who don't have more than 8 children. Why? Wife finally said no, and you didn't promptly beat them into submission? What a gentleman. Whoa. Check out Mr. I don't beat my wife over here. We have no plans to release any Covfefe flavored cola. If you want the taste of incompetence, there are other sodas more readily available. This is not a good marketing strategy. This is not a good marketing strategy. What do I do with my life now? When you have been waiting for the Kenobi show to come out for 17 years. And now that it's over, your life has no purpose anymore. Sorrow you feel. Comes pain after sadness. Comes pleasure after pain. Deep fry your tentacles you must. Yeah, it's surreal. But I'd prefer. Imagine living for 60 years and you're not even halfway done. I'm 60 now. And the thought of living 60 more years scares me to death. Scares me to death. Problem solved. What's a fun fact that isn't fun at all? There's a bird that feeds its younger offspring to the eldest. When my mother was pregnant with me, they did an ultrasound and found she was having twins. When they did another ultrasound a few weeks later, they discovered that I had resorbed the other fetus. Do I regret this? No. I believe his tissues has made me stronger. I now have the strength of a grown man and a little baby. Girls after being called pretty for the 10th times in a day. Boys remembering that one time someone called them handsome years ago, and it's not their mom. I got told I looked like an Earnese, but in a hot way once. That was a weird compliment. Could somebody please tell me how I'm supposed to open this? Do not open with knife. Click it until it surrenders. Me next. This song never gets old. Just like the kids during Order 66. Helen Keller, Mayor Angelou and Eleanor Roosevelt Barbies. There's braille on the Helen Keller box. Helen Keller would love to see this. Wait till she hears about it. They had us in first half, not gonna lie. The Mapo Bridge in Seoul, South Korea has a high seaside rate, and it is even nicknamed as the Bridge of Death and Seaside Bridge. In an effort to deter seasides, the bridge was revamped with technologies that display positive messages and images to potential jumpers, and it was even renamed as the Bridge of Life. Just a year later, the seaside rate had increased by 6 times. Hey, that's just like the skull they find at the bottom of that bridge. The ultimate proof that there are no such things as ghosts is the fact that ghosts never haunt serial killers' homes. Even when bodies are hidden there, you don't know that it's a fact that they don't haunt serial killers' homes though. Not once have they bothered me. Something is wrong here. I'm opening 50 Shades of Grey to a random page and posting what I find. Part 9. Christian Grey put his thumb in my mouth. And then the other one. And then 2 more. Wider. He said as he put in 1 more. I bet you've never had this many thumbs in your mouth. I hadn't. What is he getting all of those thumbs? Paints a horrible image of how he looked. Like a man spider with hands. Or a serial killer. Trophy thumbs. Disney had no right making Nala this bad. Hear me out. A poor job with that look. And then she accidentally unsheathes a claw during the wristy and slits your cook open lengthwise. Now it looks like a hot dog that burst while being boiled. Dude, what the duck is wrong with you? Upvoted for the horror of it all. It's so cute that you didn't realize they were calling you the greatest of all time the whole year. And you were calling them the same back. So wholesome. I now love my students more than I already loved them. Which I didn't think was possible, haha. You're awesome and indeed the GOAT. It's definitely possible to love them more. A teacher at my high school got arrested for it. I think my sister might have caught me making pun. Do a collab with her. As a veteran who served out military, let me tell you why civilians don't need AR-15s. All you people saying she didn't serve because of her size are disgusting and should be ashamed of yourselves. She was the best damn tank the 2nd Battalion ever saw. This is how you eat ice cream though. Move the bowl please. My Muslim parents found out that I'm gay and that's the result. OMG, this is so sad. Hope you're straight now. If I drink a lot of pineapple juice and I nut in the mouth of someone with an allergy to pineapple, would she have a reaction? I know I sound like a degenerate, but please, I really need to know. That's a really weird way to try to assassinate someone. Boom, headshot. What's the highest number of times you have M-baited in a day? 4 times I think. It was on one of my trips to Afghanistan. Something about being in a war zone that makes one M-bait like a maniac. Nothing compares to rubbing one out after a rocket attack. Good times. Sounds like we need to make common sense abortion rights a constitutional amendment. Lol, how? It takes 38 states to ratify an amendment. You have an easier time getting every man in the government to lay out in a line, snack each other's nuts like a damn human centipede from coast to coast. Nuts across America. If we all come together, we can all come together. Doctors will press on the pens glands while having one dinger in the nose. If by pressing the gland the sphincter of the nose try to close, it means the reflex is still alive. It is sometimes used to check if there's any damage to the spinal cord after an accident. It also takes a screenshot. If you are in need of an abortion or any other reproductive care, Chicago will always be there for you. Chicago will shoot your kid right in your apartment. I actually did it. It's with great pleasure to tell you that I finally lost my beer gene city. Pets don't count. Oh man. Guess I'm a beer gene then. Economic instability doesn't impregnate women. You don't either. Holy shit. Damn. You aborted him. I'm just like Guts. But instead of demons I hunt down lonely girls in dark alleys after 3 AM. What's considered normal in Europe, but horrific in America, needs saunas. How else do you sauna? In America you're in your underwear, which is under some shorts, which are beneath a wetsuit, covered by a suit of armor. If an American man sees another man's pants, he dies immediately, so they have to be cautious. There is no country in Africa that begins with F. Seriously, there aren't any. This isn't some kind of trick. Famine. That isn't a country, it's the whole ducking continent. Half the comments. That poor man. He must have been in so much pain. The other half. His cook had to be urge. The intellectuals. That poor man's urge cook must have been in so much pain. So SpongeBob lives in a circular pineapple, but the inside has corners? The mams lives in a pineapple under the sea and has a snail that meows, and you're concerned with the architectural accuracy of his home like everything else makes perfect ducking sense. I need a white girl with a nose ring to tell me what planets are making me sad. I don't have a nose ring, but I'm pretty sure it's Earth. Stop reporting this as NSWF. If you think a kiss is NSWF, go interact with any woman who is not your mother. If him and Hitler kissed, their mustaches would fit like a puzzle. Bruh, this channel still exists? I haven't seen or watched a video from you all since 2014. Nope, you just died and went to hell. Oh. Your objective is to go back into time in the 1700s and blow the minds of everyone there. What do you bring? A Polaroid camera. Take people's pictures and claim you are stealing their souls. Woman with Down syndrome. Rejected at every job interview. Turned her baking hobby into a successful business. She now employs other people with disabilities. Crippled cookies. Sarah Huckabee Sanders vows a kid in the womb will be as safe as those in classrooms. Did she just threaten to shoot pregnant women? No. She's suggesting arming newborns, and if you want an option, just wait until the newborn shoots your fetus. I went to bed with a blind girl once. She said I had the biggest cock she'd ever felt. I said, "You're pulling my leg." Then I put my actual pens in her hand and she replied, "No thanks. I do not smoke." You'll ever look at somebody and be like, "I'll let you do whatever the duck you wanna do to me." As an altar boy I was trained that way. Wanted to share my love for Pokemon. Was this on your dominant arm? Please no lol.